Shout out to DONTAE'S Boxing Nation. This is your boy Shakur Stevenson. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Shakur Stevenson.
Now, going back real quick, Kay, to the Olympics, man. I mean, I know that was a heartbreaking loss. I've talked to a lot of people that thought that Shakur actually won against the Cuban. What type of feedback did you get, and what was your thoughts after watching the gold medal match?
I mean, I felt that my kids, I felt Shakur, it wasn't a loss. I felt that he gained more fans and more respect than anything, showing how much he wanted it, how much he always dreamed about this. And, by shedding his tears, it wasn't tears of, loss. It was just like, kind of like a little disappointment to where that, he knew he could have done more. And, he let the country down. He let a lot of people down in his hometown and stuff like that. So it wasn't like, oh, yeah, the Cuban beat me. It was just that, his hand wasn't risen that day, and he just felt like he let a lot of people down. My outcome of the fight was just basically like, I felt that we won it. It's kind of weird to me. The first round, they gave it to him, to the Cubans. So I felt like, the first round, I felt Shakur won it, but they gave it to the Cubans. So the second round, we told him to go out there and get it, and he went out there and got it, pressed the action and did what he had to do. Third round, I felt that Shakur was, boxing him great. The Cuban, I think it looked like the Cuban was just very confused to me. And then, the last 30 seconds, he just threw throwing flurries. And if everybody watches the fight again, the Cuban missed every shot that he threw against Shakur.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So there's nothing you can do about it, you know what I mean? It's just, at the end of the day, the only people that can say Shakur lost is people that don't really know boxing or people that just hating against a young man. But if you watch the fight, he was very elusive and made a lot of people, made him miss a lot of shots. So, that day the judges, they chose the Cuban. So it is what it is. We got to move past it, Doesn't mean my kid can be the greatest of all time.
Absolutely. I mean, we already know Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, they didn't get the gold medal, and we know what how far they went. But Kay, you just brought up something interesting. You talked about him crying and how that was perceived, and you talked about the hate. Me personally, as an All-American, I felt that was extremely offensive that Americans would laugh the fact that someone is hurt that he didn't get the gold medal that he aspired for so long. It kind of reminded me of the Olympic basketball team, the American basketball team, a couple years back when they had lost in the Olympics, and the American fans, they were celebrating the fact that the Americans lost.
Well, you know what? I think what it is, and not to cut you off, I think what it was is just that, people just didn't understand and people just didn't know, at the time, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, us as people, it takes us time to think and, put everything together. And I think what it was just at that moment, it was just some people embraced it and some people didn't. And because they didn't understand it, they thought it was funny. But then later on, as the months went on, everybody accepted it, realizing because there's a story to tell. If you stop and you listen to what the young man says, why he cried, it gives you the explanation. It breaks it all down to you why he was shedding tears. He didn't say, oh man, the man beat me that day. He just said, hey, today he was a better man. He got it. But he was more upset that he let his country, he let New Jersey down. He let his family down. That's what the tears were for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a kid that was just respecting. And I think a lot of people didn't understand it at first. And then later on, as you go back, and sometimes you have to go back and rewind a fight or rewind a game or see, hey, that was a foul, or, hey, he did step out of line, or, hey, he did win that fight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's human nature. So, I don't get mad. It just makes my kid get stronger and, his attitude changed, and he went down and sat down and thought about a lot of things, and it made him more harder and more hungry.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, so he's pretty, it's something that he just let go in the past now, but he will always watch the fight just to remember how hard and how hard he has to go out there now,
Absolutely. Hey, man.
Definitely.
Well, good stuff, man. Thanks, man. I'm going to definitely be hitting you up on the regular and you get your thoughts on, what's going on, man. Anything else?
Man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Dante.
No doubt, man. Anything else you want to say to the fans before I let you go, man?
No, everybody, man, stay tuned to my man, Dante Nation, man. Real good dude right here. He goes straight to the source and straight to the grind. So, you know, keep your ear to the streets and pay attention to Dontae'S Nation, man.
I appreciate it, fam. All right, Kay, I'll catch up with you,
Thank you,
man.
man.
All right, take
All
care.
right, my brother. Thank you. All right, bye.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.